Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're gonna do something a little scary. At least scary to me personally. We are going to go through all of my bookshelves and we're gonna see how many books I have on my physical TBR. I know it's a lot, I'm self-aware, but we need to actually cull down this TBR, and the only way to do it is to attack it head on. That is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna count them up. I'm also gonna show you what books they are. So if you've read those books and you loved them, let me know. Let me know and kind of pressure me a bit to start them. This is gonna take a while, so get comfy, get cozy, let's get started. I'm gonna try not to be embarrassed. If y'all enjoy this video, please make sure to hit the little like button. And if you wanna see more content from me, make sure that you're subscribed. If you guys would like to see reading vlogs of me actually reading the books on my physical TBR, let me know and I can start filming those because I think that will help me out too. But I can't procrastinate anymore, so we're gonna get started. Let's do this. We're starting over here. On my first shelf, we have Things You Save in a Fire by Catherine Center, The Lovely War, Any Trout But You, Water Moon, which I think is the prettiest book to ever exist. Look at this. Are you kidding? Stunning. Number 32, The Lily of Ludgate Hill by Mimi Matthews. Moving down to shelf number 2, we have Tattered Stars by Catherine Cowles, The Eyes Are the Best Part by Monica Kim, The Truth According to Ember by Donica Nava, The Lightning Bottles by Marissa Stapley, The God of the Woods by Liz Moore, So Thirsty, Factory Girls, Colored Television, Intermezzo, Did You Hear About Kitty Carr? And I also got this one for a bargain, apparently, $7.97, a steal. And finally, The Wedding People. The next shelf is probably as good as it's gonna get because I only have one unread book on there. We love that for me, and that is Wrecked Palace by Catherine Cowles. We're now on the ground, and this is the part of my shelves that I don't show y'all. This is a hot mess, but we're being real, we're being honest, we're being open. Let's do this shelf next, okay. The Stolen Queen by Fiona Davis. Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. Hold your gasps, hold your gasps. I know. The Curse and the Condemned. Chain of Thorns by Cassandra Clare, but also Can You Blame Me for this one? This is a mammoth, Furthermore and Witchwood, both by Tahara Mafi. What the River Knows, I also own the sequel, but I didn't put it on this shelf, so we will come back to the sequel. We'll find her later, but I do own it. They're just not on the same shelf, and I don't know why. I also need to organize my shelves, so if you want to see me reorganize them, let me know that as well. The Bad Ones by Melissa Albert. The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. A Werewolf's Guide to Seducing a Vampire. Margot's Got Money Troubles by Rufy Thorpe. And Listen for the Lie by Amy Tintera. All right, this is where it's gonna get very embarrassing because I don't think I've read a single book on this bottom shelf. I think these are literally the ones I've accumulated and haven't found a spot for. No judgment, judgment-free zone. But like, if you feel the need to bully me into reading them, please do. I will accept that because we've got to read them. I have to read them. Sunny Side Up by Katie Serino. Trust Issues. Carving Shadows into Gold by Bridget Kemmer. I think this is a sequel and I don't own the first book. Why? I don't know. Swept Away by Beth O'Leary. A Killing Cold by Kate Alice Marshall. Boss Man by V. Keelan. Look at the sprayed edges. Is that just not so fun? Oh, I love that. It's like a little city. The Lion Women of Tehran. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that or not. Tell me in the comments down below, please, and thank you, because if I'm butchering that, I need to be able to fix it in the future. The Griffin Sisters Greatest Hits. These next two, I don't know what to do with them because I ordered like a mystery box for an exclusive special edition, hoping I'd get the one I wanted, and I got 2 books I don't know if I want or not. I know nothing about them. So we have Not My Type and Baby and the Late Night Howlers. I've never heard of these a day in my life. I own them, they're unwrapped, I spent money on them, and I don't know what to do. The Legend of Monica, Blood Beneath the Snow. Oh, okay, and we have a 3-box set, yay, and I'm not gonna be able to count this as one. We have Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. Guys, we had 16 books on the bottom shelf. It's not as much as I thought it was going to be because I forgot this is my unhaul stack. I don't want these anywho, so they don't count. This shelf is also beautiful to me because I only have 2 unread books, Sunshine by Michaela Jean Taylor and Love Light Farms by B.K. Borison. Yes, that does mean that I've read the rest of that series out of order. That's okay, because you absolutely can. I've proved that they're interconnected standalones. Our next shelf, which is a little lower, but I'm not gonna fix the camera angle, we have Just Our Luck by Denise Williams, Throne of the Fallen by Carrie Maniscalco. I think I can't read this book until I read Kingdom of the Wicked. So that's a 4th unread book by Carrie Maniscalco on my shelf. The Courting of Bristol Keats by Mary E. Pearson. I could not deny the sprayed edges. The sprayed edges got me. Finally, we have The Bat Eater and Other Names for Cora Zhang. This is a horror book. For some reason, I have it on the fantasy shelf. Told y'all, we gotta reorganize. My next shelf is my thriller shelf. We will not be reorganizing it because this one actually makes sense. This one is cohesive for once in my life. Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinborough, Before She Knew Him by Peter Swanson, Happiness Falls by Angie Kim, and Middle of the Night by Riley Sagar. I love Riley Sagar, but I've heard so many mixed things about this one that I just keep putting it off. I bought it on release day in June of last year, and I still haven't read it because I don't want to be disappointed. And I've heard it's disappointing. Back on the ground, and I'm just now realizing I could have shown you my thriller shelf this way. But I didn't, and I'm not rewinding the clock, but here is my thriller shelf. Guys, buckle up for this one. It's gonna be a doozy because it's just stacks. Just stacks. We have another box set. This is for the Belladonna series by Adeline Grace. So that's 1, 2, 3 more books to add to the TBR. The Serpent and the Wolf by Tracy Robinson. I've heard fantastic things about this fantasy. Fantastic. The Women by Kristen Hanna. I will be a historical fiction girly one day. One day, I don't know when, but I've heard she's like the best place to start with. I've heard she's the best. The Heart of Winter. I'm putting this off because it just looks like it's gonna break my heart. Like they look so happy and so wholesome. And I know something's gonna happen to them that's not gonna be pleasant. The Ministry of Time. We have one red book on this shelf. One. I've come across it. Vera Wong's Guide to Snooping on a Dead Man. Cross My Heart by Megan Collins. Annie Bot by Sierra Greer. The Wren in the Holly Library. Again, beautiful sprayed edges. How was I to resist? I have the first book in this series. I don't know where it is. It's not on this shelf, but we have, well, I don't even know the name of the series. If Love series by Anna Huang. That's 3. The 4th one's somewhere else. Finding Grace by Loretta Rothschild. Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally Rooney. Exposure. Thirst. I've heard this is a horror with vampires. I love vampires. If y'all don't know, I have the whole Twilight saga explained. Clearly, I love vampires. The Teller of Small Fortunes. I got it because it looks cozy. 2 more books with sprayed edges. I've never read a single thing by this author, but sprayed edges. I don't even know which one's first. I think this is the No Other Gods series by Piper CJ. We have these 2. And then we have Bury Your Gaze by Chuck Tingle. I've heard that this is very campy. A campy horror, and that's what I want. I want it to be ridiculous, campy, a little bit of like a social commentary, but not too much where I'm like, whoa, you know, and I've heard really good things about this one. It literally says, you can make a killing in Hollywood. A pun? Thank you. Yours Eventually. Rooms for Vanishing. Keep Me by Sarah Kate. I've heard that this has pulled a lot of people out of reading slumps, and I like to have these on hand. Clearly, I like to have too many of them on hand, but what can you do? I Might Be in Trouble by Daniel Ailman. This Is Not a Game by Kelly Mullen. Firstborn Girls by Bernice L. McFadden. Accidentally Amy by Lynn Painter. What It's Like in Words by Eliza Moss. Nothing Serious by Emily J. Smith. This is a thriller set in like the online dating world, I think, and that just sounds so fun. And scary, but fun. We have the second Crescent City book. Will I ever finish the series? I don't know. I don't know, guys. The Roommate Mistake by Pippa Grant. I think this is a rugby romance. Their Monstrous Hearts. I've heard this is phenomenal. I've heard this is so good. The Rebel King by Kennedy Ryan. I have the Kingmaker somewhere. We will see her later. Here's the sequel I was talking about, guys. This is Where the Library Hides, so this is the sequel to Where the River Goes. The Dagger and the Flame by Catherine Doyle. This one is not as bad. We only have 3 unread books on this shelf. The Roommate by Rosie Dannon. She's Not Sorry by Mary Kubica. Mary Kubica wrote my favorite thriller ever, which is Local Woman Missing, or at least it's tied for first place. And so I am anticipating this one to be a 4 or 5 star. I just keep putting it off. We have Bye Baby. This is the author of Tell Me Lies. Moving down one, we have The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. In the Likely Event by Rebecca Yarros. I've heard this is gonna shatter my heart. I'm not prepared for that emotionally yet. We'll get there one day. And we have 2 more books, a part of a series I haven't read. I hope this is just a duology. This is Scorched and Frigid by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Code Word Romance by Carly Walker. The Boyfriend Goal by Lauren Blakely. 2 books from Lucy Score. I don't know which one's first, so we're just gonna do a random order. No More Secrets. Fall into Temptation. The Brightest Light of Sunshine. Best Frenemies. And The Ick Factor. Moving down one, we have another shelf that has no rhyme or reason to it. None whatsoever. The Temporary Wife by Catherine Mora. Bitter Texas Honey by Ashley Whitaker. Love You Alatka by Amanda Elliott. Make the Season Bright by Ashley Herring Blake. If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nowlin. Love at First Book by Jen McKinley. The Scholar and the Last Fairy Door by H.G. Perry. And The Empress by Kirsten Cast. The Last Call at the Local by Sarah Grunder Ruiz. I read the first book in the series by her and I loved it. Such an underrated book. Is it near me? Yes. Loveless and Fancy Ships. I've read this book, but it's fantastic and not enough of y'all have read it. So please go read it. But this is the next one and I need to pick it up sometime soon. What Happens After Midnight by K.L. Walther. The Do-Over by Lynn Painter. The Sprayed Edges. The Sprayed Edges gets me every time. Designs on You by J.C. or Jackie Burton. It could be either one. I don't know. The Captive Prince trilogy. Yet again, another 3 books I haven't read but own. Bride of the Shadow King by Sylvia Mercedes. Mr. Nice Spy by Tiana Smith. I read the first one in this series during a readathon and it was so fun. The Muse of Maiden Lane by Mimi Matthews. Yes, the same Mimi Matthews that wrote a book forever ago that we talked about. Why is it all the way over here? Couldn't tell ya. The Big Swiss by Jen Began. The Rachel Incident by Caroline O'Donoghue. Welcome to my TBR cart. Clearly by the name, I haven't read any of these. I am starting to be embarrassed. But that's okay. This is what I needed. I needed to embarrass myself so that I will either read these things or unhaul them to people who will. Starting at the top, because why not? We have What Happens in Amsterdam by Rachel Lynn Solomon. We have Shopgirls, and this is the author of Mary Jane, which I've heard is so good. And this is another historical fiction. I will be a historical fiction girly. No One Can Know by Kate Alice Marshall. The Fury by Alex Michelates. Right on Cue by Fallon Ballard. My Dark Romeo by Parker S. Huntington and LJ Shen. I have a few tabs because I did start it, but then I got a little bored. Experienced by Kate Young. The Stranger I Wed by Harper St. George. The Duchess Takes a Husband by Harper St. George. Malibu Summer by Libby Gill. The Unraveling by Melanie Hamrick. The Atlas 6 by Olivier Blake. All My Love by Morgan Elizabeth. This was inspired by Noah Kahn. I love Noah Kahn. Eleanor of Avignon? That's probably mispronounced. Moving on. The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. Confessions, which I have heard so many people say that this is their favorite thriller. Their favorite! Heartbreak is the national anthem. This book was sent to me a little while ago. I still haven't read it. But I do love Taylor Swift, so I feel like I would really enjoy this one. It's Getting Hot in Here by Jane Costello. A little clarification. What you see in the back, these are not books. We have a notebook, we have some Kindle cases, bookmarks and stuff. Nothing that's left on this top thing is a book. This Spells Disaster by Tori Ann Martin. Here is the other Anna Huang book I was talking about. Here's the first one in that series. Take It Offline by Danny McLean. Luck and Last Resorts by Sarah Grunder Ruiz. Take Two, Bertie Maxwell. The Wedding Crasher by Mia Sosa. Blood on the Tide by Katie Robert. Not in Love by Allie Hazelwood. Allie Hazelwood's a 50-50 author for me. I either really like her book or it's a DNF, and so I keep putting this one off. Wayward by Amelia Hart. The Husbands. I think this one's becoming a movie, by the way, so I'm definitely gonna have to read it before I go see that. This Spells Love by Kate Robb. I actually don't know if I can say this without this getting flagged, so I'm just gonna show y'all. This is by Simone St. James, and this one's unread on my shelf. Little unaliving road, if you will. We have another Allie Hazelwood book. This one is Check and Mate. The Proposal Play by Lauren Blakely. The Romance Line by Lauren Blakely. What We Sacrifice for Magic. These were all sent to me by the author Kelsey Haas, and I haven't gotten around to reading them yet. I'm really excited to read them, but I haven't yet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just right off the bat, all by Kelsey, but thank you, Kelsey. I'm really excited to get to these. I think this is just called the Hello series. So we have Hello Doctor, Hello Fake Boyfriend, Hello Heartbreaker, Hello Billionaire, Hello Temptation, and Hello Tease. No, guys, I actually found 2 more in that series, so it's actually 8 that she sent me. Hello Single Dad, and Hello Quarterback. Daughters of Bronze by A.D. Ryan. Love and Other Conspiracies by Mallory Marlowe. Dating Dr. Dill by Nisha Sharma. Bridget Jones's Diary by Helen Fielding. The Seemingly Impossible Love Life of Amanda Dean by Anne Rose. And To Kill a Shadow by Catherine Quinn. This makes it seem like I haven't read anything. But I have! I've been reading my whole life! That's 24 years! The Art of Catching Feelings by Alicia Thompson. Kilt Trip by Alexandra Kiley. The Kingmaker by Kennedy Ryan. I knew this one would come back up. A Love Song for Ricky Wilde by Tia Williams. Mine for a Moment by Catherine Mara. Passion Project by London Sperry. The Love Lyric by Christina Forrest. Parents Weekend by Alex Finlay. This is a Love Story by Jessica Soffer. This is potentially the most beautiful book I own. Junie? Are we kidding? That is stunning! Count My Lies by Sofia Stava. And this also just got picked up to be adapted into either a TV show or a movie. If you thought those were all the books on my TBR, so did I. And then whenever I went to bed last night, I looked up and I went, oh my God, I have a shelf in here. I have a shelf in here with a ton of books I haven't read yet. So we need to go through those too so that this is an accurate video. Here are the books that were in my bedroom that I haven't read. The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson, The Beauty of Darkness by Mary E. Pearson. And yes, you are not wrong. These are books 1 and 3 in this trilogy. I don't own book 2 and I don't know why. The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, Mine Till Midnight by Lisa Kleypas, Imaginary Friend by Stephen Chbosky. I only bought this because this is the author of Perks Being a Wallflower, so I need to read it because I love that book, but this is so different from Perks Being a Wallflower, so I'm a little scared. Middle Game by Shauna McGuire, The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss, and The Wise Man's Fear by Patrick Rothfuss. Vinegar Girl by Ann Tyler. This is a retelling of The Taming of the Shrew, which is what 10 Things I Hate About You is based on, and I just feel like this will be good. The Whisper Man by Alex North, Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers, Wreck the Halls by Tessa Bailey, In a Holidays by Christina Lauren, Modern Lovers by Emma Straub. Also, look at this. This was the original Book of the Month logo, so it doesn't have the one up here, it just has it here. Interesting. Outlawed by Anna North, Romantic Comedy by Curtis Sittenfeld, A Winter in New York by Josie Silver, Gwen and Art Are Not in Love by Lex Croucher, The Bizarre Bad Dreams by Stephen King, Dr. Sleep by Stephen King, The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood, and The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. Those are all the books that I own that are on my TBR. I will just say that I have been accumulating these for a while. Some of these I purchased, some were sent to me, but it's a lot and we are going to have to do something about this. Either I'm gonna have to read these or unhaul them or something. I am going to be using a TBR jar, and instead of filling it with prompts like I normally do, because you and I both know, I don't follow through with that. I don't. We are going to fill the jar with the title of every single book on my physical TBR. And I'm gonna pull out about 3 to 5 in each of my TBR videos. And if I don't read those by the end of that month, we are getting rid of them. That means they were not a priority and I don't need to own them anymore. They need to go. That's how we're gonna hold me accountable. I think 3 to 5 is pretty reasonable. If you think it should be a little higher or a little lower, let me know your thoughts. But that is insane. Also, I am not doing the math right now. I will put the actual total somewhere here. Somewhere on the screen is my total. Oh, guys, that is so rough. But you know what? Thanks for hanging out with me and thanks for counting with me. Hopefully you're not judging me too hard. Hopefully. But if you are, try and encourage me to read these. Please, please. Also, would you believe me if I told you I just did an unhaul video? Because I did. I did it over there on Patreon. And I got rid of at least 15 to 20 books. They were ones I've read. But I still got rid of 15 to 20 books. That's all I have though. I love y'all. Thanks for being here and I hopefully will see y'all soon. Bye everybody.